Welcome back to PROUT Rev. In this last segment, I'm talking with Dada Veda, who will be exploring with us how the police should be properly trained. Welcome back to PROUT Rev, Dada Veda. Please tell us, in a Proutistic society, how would the police be trained?
Well, I think one thing is important, just before we even go into any kind of specifics, is that we recognize that there are different kinds of types of people in the society, and we should enhance the qualities of that these people bring. And so there are people who would like to protect and who like to defend good things, and people who are brave and valorous. These people, if they go into the profession of policing, it's good, but they have to be trained in a proper way. You know, not recently, just yesterday, June 10th, an article came out in the Atlantic by Rosa Brooks, and she says that we shouldn't train our policemen as paratroopers. You know, and she gives examples where retraining has done wonders, like in Washington D.C., other places. Camden, New Jersey is another place. So in our concept, we want to use the good qualities of people who want to serve by their physical bravery, but we have to train them in a good way. And one of the best ways is we have to give them an all-around training. So it shouldn't be like the Marine Corps boot camp, you know, humiliating them and making them do push-ups. So we have a big problem now because the culture of the police has not been good. And I like to tell, you know, I don't know if it takes some time, but, you know, when I was in grade school, or no, it was in middle school, one time the teacher asked people who, you know, what do you want to be when you get out? And there were some older people who were actually going to go to graduate soon. And a whole bunch of people of these older ones said, yeah, we want to be policemen. But when I looked around at the people who wanted to be policemen, they were all the troublemakers. So we shouldn't get the troublemakers. And even if we do get the troublemakers, we should educate them. So the academy should not be for solely physical training, but we should educate them in humanism, the humanities, and even neo-humanism. Because what we found in the police forces is that there's a culture of even neo-Nazism and racial sentiments are in the system there or in the community of people who are training to be police. So we have to somehow take that out of their view.
PROUT emphasizes cardinal human values, especially in leadership. The police are in a position of authority and leadership. What kind of cardinal human values should they be taught?
Well, first of all, of course, when we talk about cardinal human values, we talk about the basic values of spiritual or psychic growth, which means to non-harming or ahimsa, and not non-stealing, and to use our thought and our deeds for welfare, this concept of welfare. And one of the biggest values that has to be in all people, but especially in people of positions of responsibility, but they have to treat everyone who comes in their contact as an expression of divinity. And I think if this thing is there, then a lot of things will change.
PROUT advocates for a proper social outlook in order to actually establish PROUT. And that social outlook is called neo-humanism. Neo-humanism is the philosophy of not just human beings taking care of human beings, but also plants, animals, and the natural world as well. So tell us, Dada, how can the police be trained in neo-humanism?
Yeah, neo-humanism is extremely important here because the idea is that humans, and it's, you know, nothing bad, but it just happens, is that sometimes we get dominated by different kind of sentiments. We have a sentiment, only our geographical area is good, you know, America first, you know, things like that. Blue lives matter, you know, if people have attachment to their particular group. So that's why we have America, I mean, is just split by by this racial groups and people with the oppression from the past, and people still thinking only in terms of their racial community, and this has to be overcome. We have to view each other, each one of us, as a member of the same race, the human race, and to so neo-humanism is attempting to help people to overcome those boundaries, and the best way to help them overcome some of the most simple ones is just through proper education. If people have proper education, then they will know when a politician is fooling them and making them do stupid things. But if there's no basic education, people cannot overcome their geographical sentiment and the social sentiment. It's part of our nature. We congregate with the the people who are the same, and we have allegiance to them. So we have to go beyond that too. And one of the best ways, even just intellectual education doesn't do the job, but we need also development in mindfulness and meditation, and people can then get a wider view. So I think that if we have policemen who are physically fit, no doubt, I'm not saying they shouldn't be physically fit, but they should be morally fit, to treasure all humans as an expression of something divine. And they should also be expanded, mentally expanded, so that they feel that they're part of the human race. So we need a new breed. So not the ruffians in my grade school, who wanted to be, but we need like there's an expression, I think they call it New York's finest. That was one of the expressions for the police. They should be the finest. So we don't want to demonize the police. They have their role. The police have a role. We don't want to demonize them, but they have to live up.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Dada. And thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you all back here on PROUT Rev next time.